It's the Bright Queen. It's Jabria. It's Queen Sensitivity, and this is my third day sharing something this week. Uh, and as promised, I'll be doing it every day this week. I wanted to do it before I had to go into work because I feel like it's better that way. It gives me something to like look forward to, and then if need be, I can always do something after if I feel guided to. But today, I feel like the main message is in regards to like patience and like divine alignment, divine timing. Because today I'm coming into work at different times, so I got to sleep an extra hour. And when I went to take a shower, my sister was in the shower, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna like go do my other stuff, and then I'll come back. And I did, and when I came back, she was still in the restroom. So I was like, oh, okay, like I was like, can you like come out? And she was like, no. So like it threw off my day by a couple of minutes. Um, as a highly sensitive person, like I really love like having things go. I don't know if if there's something else going on with me, who knows? But I really like to plan out like things, and then I have to have like a lot of time to like do stuff. If I'm like rushed, it just stresses me out so much. And so I wake up like extra early so I can like leisurely like make my way to where I need to go, which is how I plan in to have these times like now to do what I want to do. And then like when I was driving out of my neighborhood, the traffic light, somebody was like stopped at the green light, and so like I didn't get to go. So like that delayed like me some more. And then like just little things like that of like little delays. And I was like, everything is happening like for my highest good. So like there must be something that's like trying to get my attention. And so after that, I heard like my spirit guide like make the clicking sounds, and I was like, okay, so like what do you want me to know? There's something that you want me to know, obviously. And so I like looked around me, and to my left was this little stream, and in that stream was this white bird with like the long legs. And then I drove along, and I went a different way today. I always try to go a different way. And I passed by my old stomping grounds, by middle school and high school, and to my left again was another white bird in a pond this time, and it was like sitting closer to the water, and so you could see the white bird like reflected in the water. And so I feel like the white birds represent like new beginnings, brand new starts, fresh starts. To me, they kind of symbolize the zeros and ones in terms of like numerology, whatever the right name for it is. The white birds represent zeros and ones, because I know at weddings there's like something where they like release the birds to like fly off, and they're always white birds, and weddings have to do with like the color white, and weddings are obviously like new beginnings, like a new story, not just a new chapter, like a new book, so to speak. And so I wanted to mention that. Something else I wanted to mention, and I'll be very like careful about the way I say this. I'll say it in like terms I hope people can understand. But basically, because of the time of year it is right now, in the States at least, it's like that fall, autumn time going into like the winter time. It's that time as I'm recording this video. And so certain cases are up that affect the body. And yesterday when I was at work, I felt how I used to feel since 2020. And I think it was in 2022 though. I used to feel like this a lot at work. I get hit by these feelings of like feeling sick. And yesterday specifically, it was like shortness of breath, like I couldn't breathe. I felt like oxygen had suddenly been like taken from the room. I felt lightheaded and dizzy, and I was like, what the hell? And so I just did my usual stuff where I like shielded my body and like called in like my soul to like shine through. And then yesterday, as I was leaving somewhere else, the same thing happened while I was driving, and I was like, okay, because I know certain information now, like it was confirmed to me outside of myself, because I already had my suspicions personally, then I got it confirmed by this video I watched. I don't know how I found that video. I'll see if I can find it. If I can, I'll make sure to put it in the description. But basically, it's to do with signals, I'll say that. And so yesterday I was in my car, and I was like, I always keep my sparrow, I guess, head scarf on me. And I put it on, and like it went away. Like that feeling of like I can't breathe, like I'm lightheaded, went away. So once again, I really highly recommend getting sparrow. It's probably like reversed on here. No, I'm not sponsored. In case you couldn't tell, thank you for the like. But yeah, no, I'm not sponsored, but this shit actually works. It's like laced in with silver, and it protects you from like radiation and stuff. I'll leave it at that. You can do your own research. I'll leave a link for sparrow for sure in the description. I wanted to mention that as well. However, this stuff can be kind of expensive because it is like laced with silver. So like if you're not in a position to afford it, or like you don't want to buy it, remember that you can always like protect yourself and shield yourself. I personally do this in a few different ways. One of them is like visualizations. I visualize like being like protected in this like clear but very strong like bubble force field kind of thing. That's one of the things I do. Sometimes I'll use sage, Palo Santo, something like that, crystals, but one of my favorite ways is through sound. I'm very, very sensitive to sound, which is like why I don't like the sound of these cars driving by. It's something I really don't like about living in this area, is like it's rarely ever quiet. Like there's always so much traffic, so many cars. But that's besides the point. I'm very sensitive to sound, and this is something that like works perfectly for me. So like make sure like you do something that where it like is more well adjusted to you personally. And so what I use for sound is like light language. Today I was listening to these affirmations, and that helped immediately. And then I listened to this light language activation by Ramona Lapin, and that always helps me. So there's some options. I had another message. Oh yeah. So another message that came through today. I'm gonna let this window up because hold on, get on my nerves. Another message that came through today was to like watch what you consume. I woke up today and I had a weird dream, but I was hearing this song in my head by Lady Gaga called How Bad Do You Want Me? And I was like, why the fuck is this song in my mind? And I remembered that before I went to sleep, I was on YouTube and I was scrolling, and I saw this video of like Lady Gaga's song with from Wednesday. And so I'm like, that's why I woke up like thinking about that. And I was like, this random ass fucking lady, I don't even know her, is like in my mind. Like the beginning of like when you wake up and when you go to sleep are like very powerful times, like in your consciousness. I know, especially for me, like my brain loves to snatch on to stuff and be like, I'm gonna analyze the shit out of this. So like I gave that lady like my waking up time, you know what I mean? Like I gave her like that moment of like my most powerful moment. So be very like aware of what you're consuming, not just with food or drink or whatever you like are physically putting into your body, but also like everything else. Most importantly, your thoughts, right? But like also just be aware of like what you're like watching, what you're viewing, what you're listening to, because I want those times for myself. I'd rather have those times like when I wake up be like, You're amazing. You're wonderful. I love you so much, girl. Like, that's how I want, like, when I wake up to be like, oh, like, I'm so happy to be you. I'm so happy that I get to see you again and love upon you. Like, that's how I want to feel when I wake up, not Lady Gaga's music. So that's something else. I am being called to, like, pull a card, but I already see the card that they want me to talk about. It's the Tower card. So the Tower card, today's the 24th. Yes, today that I'm filming this is the 24th. But the Tower card, I was watching Harry Potter. I just finished all the movies and I didn't expect it, but the last one like made me cry a few times. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I've seen this movie so many times, but I'm still like emotional about like these characters and stuff. It was just so, I think as I was connecting it to like life, like what's happening now in the world. But anyways, in Deathly Hallows part 7, movie 7 part 1, that's when Dumbledore dies and they keep showing him like falling out of the highest tower, and I'm like, if that's not the Tower card, I don't know what is. And then in movie part 2, movie A, but it's, you know, 7, but part 2, we find that Severus was asked by Dumbledore to kill him. Like, Dumbledore asked Severus in advance. Like, he was like, there's gonna come a time when it will be either Draco or you must be the one to do it, so that way Voldemort can trust you. And so at first in part 1, Harry was viewing that Tower moment as not only like a loss of Dumbledore, but also like a betrayal from Severus. But then you learn in part 2 that it wasn't a betrayal. Like, he was actually being extremely loyal to Dumbledore. And something just got in my eye, and I said that in my left eye. And so that's how I'm feeling the Tower card like right now. They're saying like, or I'm feeling that like something that you saw as like a double whammy, like a double loss. Like, I lost this and it was so disappointing because of this. Like, something that was like double whammy Tower card. Now it's like, yes, you lost something, but now you have like more wisdom, more knowledge, more information that what happened like was actually planned out in order to protect you, in order to do good by you. And that is the message. Okay, let me sit a moment to make sure this is like the final thing. I'm seeing rainbows. I'm hearing like, what can you do to spread love today? But I'm also hearing, without sacrificing yourself. Because like, there's a lot of things I know I can do to like brighten people's days, right? All of us are very powerful. Like, one message from us could like change somebody's day. You know what I mean? Like, anything, we could say all this stuff. But for me, I know myself, sometimes I don't have the energy, or I need to be more focused on myself than like focused on like giving to other people. Or now that I've like opened up my field to this person interacting with me, now I have to worry about their thoughts being directed at me, and I have to like protect myself from that. So sometimes like doing even something as simple as messaging someone, you know, I'm thinking of you, you're beautiful, I love you, just wanted you to know, that can like be more trouble than it's worth. And this is all just, like I said, just for me personally. And so it's like, what can you do today to like show love, give love, be love, that doesn't come like, that doesn't cost yourself anything, if anything adds to you. And I feel like if anybody is resonating with like what I just said, like what I do always, what I think about, like when I can't give outside of myself, I think of like, okay, like if I'm just really like taking care of myself and being kind to myself with my thoughts and treating myself well and giving myself grace, like there's no way that energy won't like spread like outwardly from me, even in ways I can't see or I can't see how I'm directly doing it, but it will. And so that's what I'll make sure to focus on. Because today, like what I said earlier about like my sister being in the bathroom, and I was like upset with her because I was like, I already waited for you and you're still not out. Like, can you like come out? And I was thinking later, like, man, like I could have like handled it a different way. And later I was like, no, like I need to give myself some grace too. Like, I'm in a PMS stage right now. Like, my body is having a lot of hormonal shifts happening right now, and in ways that it hasn't in a while. I usually don't have like these intense like symptoms for the PMS, but it is this time. And I'm like, I actually feel a lot of anger, and I didn't express that anger to her. And so like, I need to give myself some grace and like be like, you did a good job handling that. Because it's not always about like whether or not you were able to like make a situation pretty, or whether you were able to like make it perfect and like have no conflict. Sometimes you need to have these conflicts and like, you know, these impasses. It's about, I feel like, how you think about them and how you conceptualize these conflicts. Are you seeing them as these bad things, these horrible things, or these things to nag yourself about? Or are you seeing them as like places to learn, grow, celebrate, heal, cherish, and most above all, and within all, love? So that'll be all. I gotta go. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for all the support. Be on the lookout for that Sparrow link, and I'll see you next time. Bye.